How did you actually get into photography?
Well, I started quite late. I was 25 years old, but I'd always been interested in imagery, right? And I don't know where this comes from, various places, but I only have 3 images of myself under 2, and no images as a newborn. I remember there was a moment in my childhood where I was like 7 or 8, and I was standing on the front lawn of our family home. We 5 girls grew up on a cattle ranch, or they call it a station in Australia. And it was in the middle of summer, and it was really, the grass was prickly beneath my feet, and my mother was hanging laundry on the clothesline. And it was very sunny. It was a weekend, Saturday morning. And I walked out there and I said to her, there's something that I need to do and I don't know what it is. And she looked at me like, well, why don't you go and ride your bike? And I said, no, that's not what I mean. And so I think from an early age, I had this feeling that there was something there that I was going to do. But it wasn't until, I used to buy Life magazine. You're probably too young.
No, I know Life magazine. Yeah, of course.
Life magazine.
Just on the covers, right?
Yeah.
It's very famous for that.
Yeah, and also photojournalism and how the photographers were telling stories through an image. So it was more about the images and less about the text, because the image told the story. And so, that fascinated me. But then I went into PR and so on. And it wasn't until I was 25 when my husband and I went to Hong Kong.
Okay.
And he gave me his old 35mm Pentax K1. And I started photographing, babies and families in backyards. And, Philip, it didn't really, it was nice, but it wasn't, And then there was a moment when I walked into a photographic studio where it was all like, oh, yes, this is it, right? Like the penny dropped.
Yeah.
People say they came home, all of those cliches. And from then on, I photographed babies only in studios because I can embrace the simplicity and control the lighting and the temperature, of course, with babies and everything.
Interesting.
They can be divas.